Alrighty guys, how's you going today? Yeah, I got Big Red here in the shop. I'm just going to show you guys a little something. I don't think I got the power on in here. Nope. But anyways, I still got a little bit, I got to do a little bit more tinkering with them yet. But, get over that. Took me a few hours anyway. Here's some turkeys. The thing I did here, yeah, that works. I think I gotta retinker with that one again because I might have did something to it, but my antenna's touching the thing. But yeah, so I'll just show you here what I did real quick. Okay, so maybe this will be kind of your hint. Right there. That's right, I hardwired my warning lights in. This one's for the rear. But it comes and goes. See it cut out. I think I might have that connector there. Might be, it works. And the one in the front works too. The one in the front works just fine. Maybe you can see it flashing. But this one I need to redo, I think, because it's it may be loose or I didn't connect it right. But overall she's working. And they stay on. And that's kind of like a, I guess it is showing you. It's kind of like a bursty flash. It's just not a flash. The one thing I'm going to do yet is, well, I'm going to redo that one again. This is just rear one here. I might have bent the wire. It might be coming unplugged or something, I guess. It's going to suck though because I kind of waterproofed it all, but whatever. So, and the radio still works. Yeah, so what I ended up doing, this one actually has two wires that I spliced some wire into this one. This one, you remember that plug that I had down there on the rack, that 12-volt plug? I just took that wire off and I went and powered this directly with that. This one I had to add on, or I had to add a new, had to add another couple terminal rings to it, you know. But I actually ended up, not the rear one, but well, I kind of rewired that. The wire used to go this way along the seat and then it would pop out there. It now goes underneath the seat and goes behind this panel. I was able to, I guess, tuck it in there. I was able to cut off what I didn't need, which was a big help because that's how I was able to wire them all up. And then the front one, I put the wire through the hole there, and I snipped off a lot of that wire too. But I left some wire on there, enough so if I have to take the rack off, I can just lay the rack on the ground. You know, because it's still hardwired, right? Even the lights are hardwired now. There's no just unplugging it, unless I went with a quick disconnect, but I didn't. That's why I had left just enough wire on there. So if this had to come off, it could. you just wouldn't be able to take it any further than down there. You know, you wouldn't be able to throw it off to the side or something. So, you can see I got the plastic off the lights now and everything. And I just threw them up here on the, see it cut off again, that light. Turn it this way, then it works. So something's wrong there. I'll have to tear it back apart again and fix it. But I'm pretty positive it's just what's inside the switch there, that wire. I might have did something with that wire. I might have even twisted it too much. I don't know. Yeah, see, it's got to be able to work when laying down like that. So, that cut off again. Is that back light or is the front? That's the back one. All right. So yeah, I got to figure out what's wrong with that. Does it work even when it cuts off? I'm not too sure if it's the power wire or if it's the power wire for the light. I didn't show how I wired it, but the thing is, it was really easy because there's only 4 terminals on each plug. And actually, the left side of it, of the switch, is your positive, and then the other side's negative. So what you do is you put the positive power, which would be off your battery, that would go on the bottom. Okay, that's sending power up to the switch. The top one is your power wire for that. Okay, and that's directly turned up here. So, you know, right now, you know, with the switch off, it broke connection. So when I turned it on, it would allow the current to go through and then power my light. And then you did this kind of, and then on the other side it was your negative. So then you'd put your negative, your battery negative on the bottom, and then your negative for your light would go on the top. So, yeah. So it's only 4 wires, but unfortunately this one I had to add on. So down in here, I spliced 2 wires together, but I had one of those little butt connectors, and I just did that. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if I wrapped them. I think I might have forgotten to wrap them. Well, I guess they would be up in there, so they'd be alright. But you can see the extra bit of wire that I left just for that, so I could pull it out if I had to. So that's really nice, and it cleans it up. I got to put my chain back on here, but it cleaned it up a little bit, and it actually, and the wiring's all behind here now. It's not dingling all over the fucking place like it was before. So I think it might have cleaned it up a little bit, but unfortunately this one's not working now. It was working, so see, it works when I stand it up, but when I lay it down it cuts off. So I might have that, I might gotta fix one of those wires. So, but yeah, overall it's working, and some of the wires that were inside the light are actually pretty small compared to the wiring that was running that 12 volt that I had over there. But that's how I was able to use some of that wire from one of these lights to add on to this switch right here. So, and then I'm going to go to the hardware, and I'm going to get little letter stickers that I can stick on here. Like I'm going to put the letter R on here for the rear warning lights, and an F for the front. F, you know, for front warning lights. And then this switch over here is my work lights. I'm going to swap that out too at some point. Probably just end up throwing it up there with the rest of them. And it seems like with the switch being on and the radio, it's not interfering with it. The one thing I figured I should have done was left extra bit of wire on there. I tried to tuck them down there in the corner, and I couldn't do it. So, well, I can tuck one in there, but I couldn't tuck the other one in there. So Frigate. But yeah, it works. So I guess the only thing I got to do now, redo this one again. It's not working. See, like that one's working laying down. This one's not. It works when it stands up. So I know I got a loose wire in the switch. So either a loose or maybe it's broken a little bit now. I don't know. So, but I'll tear it. I might tear it apart tomorrow or something. I'm done for tonight. I've been at it since probably 3 o'clock, and I think it's almost 7:30 or 8. But then I took a half an hour break for lunch. So, but overall, I think it cleans it up. I mean, yeah, this looks kind of hideous now, but if I really wanted to, like if I didn't plan on using them, I could just throw them down in here, kind of. See, and it's kind of hidden. I'm pretty sure both of them would fit in there. Well, pretty close. If I really got mean with them, they would probably fit. But yeah, overall they're working. Switches work fine, except that one. I gotta figure out what's wrong with that one. It was working earlier though. It was working just fine. So I know when I was trying to figure out how I wanted it, I might have bent a wire or something or broke a connection there. So I'll have to tear into that. But at least it's up here and it's easy to work on, where I don't have to tear anything apart. So, and they work. I wonder what would happen if I turned this on. It would work if I laid it like that. But then they're not level. They're not down like that. So I was going to maybe make some kind of a bracket. And like that would hold these kind of things. Because these can click in. And then maybe just have it sticky taped to this. But I'd have to have kind of a small one, and I'd have to tuck it in the back there a little bit. The switches are waterproof, but the wiring connections are not. That's why I put it all on electrical tape, so now it should be. Even though it's just that cheap hardware freight, electrical tape's not ideal for this. So, and it is fucking cold out, so. But yeah, that's what I did, and they were working, except that one I gotta fix it. But I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'm bushed, so it's not like I'm gonna really need them as of right now anyway. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I like the fact that I was able to cut some of the wiring off and just clean it up a little bit and whatever. So. But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much well it. I checked the battery and it was holding charge. So it's funny how it's been the battery's been working fine now ever since I charged it back up. So I don't know what was going on there. I did buy a new charger cable. I just never put it on yet. This is still the old one. Like I was doing tests to figure out really what's causing the issue, and I'm just not seeing it, so I don't know what was going on that one day when I woke up to a dead battery. I don't know. So, but anyways, guys, I guess that's pretty much all it. I'm going to take off, and I'm going to dress up a little bit more warmer yet, and then I'm going to run Big Red around for a little bit, just to let the engine warm up pretty good there, and because I just drove it straight back here, and it didn't really warm up much, so it's not exactly good for a four-wheeler engine. So I will just take it to the farm and back and let it run for a little bit, and yeah, so that's pretty much all it. I did hardwire the warning lights. Maybe that'll stay there long enough for you guys to see it working. So you see, like that switch will never stay like that, especially if I'm bouncing around. So it's funny how it goes slower on the camera. Huh. But yeah, she's working, so frickin' rights, boys. And the wires are not overheating, as far as I can tell. They haven't. I haven't ran them hard enough to do anything, but all that wiring at one time was running all this, so it all should work just fine. The only thing that doesn't have a fuse is that wire that I had on there for the 12-volt plug-in thing. Okay, it did have a fuse, but it broke, so I'll just put it back together. But the lights, I thought they had a fuse. Maybe not now. So, yeah. So, I think the fuse was actually in those plugs. So yeah, so basically these lights don't have any fuses on them. If I really wanted to, I could splice them in somewhere. Like here underneath the seat, I could cut this wire and put one on the positive wire. You know, and then somewhere just underneath there, split it, cut it, splice one in real quick. So it wouldn't be a big deal, but right now I ain't gonna worry about it. You know, I know the work light and the CB radio, they have their fuse in them, so yeah. But anyways, guys, I guess that's pretty much about it. I just wanted to show you that I hardwired those warning lights now, and I'm going to have to fix that rear one a little bit, but no big deal. It's probably just something, like I said, it's probably just a broken wire now or something from me trying to play with it, so tear it back apart at some point and I guess just fix it. It's probably just something broken or loose, so I'll have to look into it, I guess, but no biggie. So anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.